Hello and welcome to another episode of Wheel of Horror, the podcast where two best friends spin a wheel once a week. It chooses the worst film we've ever seen and they discuss it. Today we're talking about, I'm not even going to call it a film. It's a sequence of video clips put together. It's called Thankskilling 3. Came out in 2012 and was directed by Jordan Downey. I'm your co-host Alec.
I'm Christopher Columbus.
Why?
I don't know. Well, can I ask you about Thanksgiving? Wasn't it all about Christopher Columbus around Thanksgiving?
No, the Pilgrims.
I just remember it kind of merging together. I guess because Columbus Day and Indigenous People Day is very close to. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. I don't think that Christopher Columbus has anything to do with Thanksgiving. I think he came here in 1492, and I think his birthday was in October, and that's why we used to celebrate it. Now it's Indigenous Peoples Day.
Yeah, I just remember maybe my first grade teacher was drunk because we would on Thanksgiving we'd make like these Mayflower placemats that were just laminated paper. Like, draw the Mayflower. That's not Christopher Columbus.
No, Christopher Columbus on the Santa Maria.
Oh, I got it, mixing everything up.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. You went to Avon?
I know, I might as well have written Thanksgiving 3 at this rate.
My God, yeah, you're all over the place just like this fucking movie.
I'm a mess. It's the holidays, what can you do?
Yeah, so this movie is bad. Like, I'm pretty sure this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
This was the hardest one to get through in general. Like, by the 40-minute mark, I was like, there's 15 minutes left. I was like, I never wanted it to end faster.
It's so long. It's an hour and 39 minutes, but it feels like it's 3 hours long. I mean...
It's a Kickstarter movie, and I don't know if this is true at all, but someone wrote, like, they definitely just were paid for ideas. Like, you have to have, like, the turkey do this, and, like, they'd donate, like, $100, and they'd have to do that.
Oh.
That's what I don't know if that's true at all, but I'm like, oh, maybe that... So you have to have an old lady in it that's in a wheelchair that's like a rapper. It's like, okay, $2,000. It's like, we kind of have to do that now.
Okay, you know what? That would make it make more sense. Because, yeah, this movie, there's like no plot. Like, there's a very small plot, but then it's just nonsense in between, random scenes, random characters, jumping from random location to random location. So that makes sense. That people are like, oh, if I give you money, you got to do this idea. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I mean, we could walk through the plot, but I think we would get lost, like, every step of the way. Do you want to do it You're probably better than me.
The briefest overview. So basically, Thankskilling 2 was a movie that came out, which is a sequel to the original one. It was so bad that it got lost in whatever, the world got destroyed, and they got rid of the movie. The turkey wants to find it, so he basically is off trying to find the DVD of the last DVD of Thankskilling 2. And there's a puppet thing that's also trying to, like, do something with the DVD. And then she just meets a bunch of random characters, and they basically are just going off to try and kill the turkey and keep the DVD, I think. Honestly, it's so confusing. I mean, is that pretty much it, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a play on itself that there is no technical Thanksgiving 2. They're just making a Thankskilling 3, but playing off the idea, like, the Thankskilling 2 is, like, what we need.
It was so bad. The Thankskilling 2 was so bad that, yeah, there's only one copy left. Like, they had, like, Chernobyl people destroying it, basically. And, you know, then, yeah, there's a DVD.
Yeah, it has some Terminator vibes to it, but it's funny, too. Reading the comments, like, people are like, yeah, T1 was great, but, like, T3, not that good. It's like, don't call it T3. Like, it doesn't deserve, like, the, like, yeah, dude, you know what I mean?
This makes the first Thankskilling look like a masterpiece. I mean,
True.
I thought the first one was pretty bad. Like, I listened to our podcast on it the other day, and I was like, I didn't like it, and I still don't like it. But my God, I would watch that all day instead of having to watch this one more time. I'm serious. Like, not even just for the podcast. I think this is the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
I am with you there. Aside from, there's two other movies that I just fucking hate and would never watch again. Contact, and I'm not just saying that because of South Park. I genuinely hate that movie, and it wasted my time. No. And The Kid with Bruce Willis. I just hate that movie. There's nothing good about that movie.
You can dislike those movies because, like, hey, you know, like, I just didn't like the plot or, you know, whatever. Those movies are at least, like, watchable, dude. Like,
This had puppets. I like puppets.
yeah, this kind of felt like if Jim Henson like was a crackhead, I guess. I don't know. Like, and here's the thing: I don't want to speak super negatively about this movie because clearly people put work into it.
It's a passion project. There's no doubt. It's a passion project. These people aren't in it to make millions and millions of dollars. There's no way. It's just like we want to have fun and make a film. I respect that.
I mean, yeah, so I'm going to give him that where it's like, hey, you know, you did a Kickstarter fund, you made a shitty student film, it did well enough to get a sequel made, people had interest in donating, like, okay, I'll give you that. That's pretty cool. But that being said, there's just no cohesive plot. Like, I've never felt like I've had ADD in my life until watching this movie. Because I'm like, wait, I just kept rewinding it, you know, like 3 or 4 times I rewinded it because I was like, I don't even know what's going on. And then eventually just gave up. I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to watch it.
Oh yeah, I didn't bother. Like right around Killing Land or Thanksgiving Land when they're going into that, I wanted to rewind. I was like, wait, did I miss something about like? And I watched that and I was like, you know what? We're just gonna ride this wave out and never rewind. And if we need to go to the bathroom, we're not gonna pause. We're just gonna move forward.
I didn't do that. I did watch the entire thing, but I will say, all right. So this is my experience of watching it. So I watched the first half pretty high at my house and hated it. I was like, this sucks. I couldn't even finish the movie in one sitting. And then the next day I was like, fuck it, I have to finish this movie. So I watched Tubi on my phone at the gym and finished it on the treadmill. And it was better on the treadmill because I felt like I was at least doing something. You know?
I was sober as ever, but I was also on the treadmill for the last like 30, 40 minutes of it.
Yeah. It made it go quicker.
Might as well have blacked out during those 40 minutes, but yeah, like right. I started on the treadmill right as like that like Yoda turkey showed up in the woods.
Yeah. The gray master turkey. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's focus on any positives because I feel like that'll be a short section and then we can just shit on it for the rest of the episode. Is there anything that comes to your mind that you're like, I like that?
There's a couple parts I laughed. I mean, I laughed at the baby turkey just falling to the earth. They're like, I can't fly. No way, I'm flying. And then it just dies. I laughed. I was like, oh my God, this is so dumb. But that made me like genuinely chuckle for a minute. Okay. Also, the grandma was like, sometimes made me laugh.
The grandma.
How about you? Yeah. Did you laugh at any parts or you like, I can't even give it the satisfaction?
I thought the guy that played Donnie was okay because he fully committed. Like, he was like, I know this is bad, but I'm just in it.
I feel like there was a time when he was like, I don't want to be here anymore. And it was like towards the end. It was towards the end of the film.
I mean, I would feel like on the first day on set, you'd be like, oh God, what did I sign up for? But no, I mean, the only part that I kind of thought was funny was when that Rhonda, like, worm guy was like, and then we can all watch Criminal Minds. And it was just like, everybody kind of looked at him weird. I was like, that's kind of funny, I guess.
Yeah. No, there was times where I'm like, oh God, it's so stupid. I'd like shake my head like, don't. But the way I picture this movie, and I think I texted this to you, is it's like I don't even think I'd enjoy this if I was 12. I'd be like, can we watch like anything else? But I think like it's like 17-year-old stoners or college kids blazed out of their mind on the couch. They start it, and every single one of them is eating candy, and they all fall asleep within 20 minutes. And they never finish. It's like one of those movies that never gets finished.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Because, I mean, I was high as shit when I watched this, and it's not enjoyable. Even when you're stoned, it's not even good. So, I don't know. They were just going for, like, the it's so random, it's funny kind of aspect, and I just don't think it worked. Like,
It felt like Jessica Alba in the Fantastic Four. Because Jessica Alba hated being in that film from the start, and especially the Silver Surfer one. But you watch it, and if you watch it again, like, she's visibly upset she's there.
I don't think anybody seemed visibly upset.
Donnie, I felt that with Donnie. I was watching him, I'm like, he doesn't want to be in this movie anymore.
Well, he's the only human, pretty much. I mean, for the most part.
But he's a pretty decent actor. I thought, like, he was carrying it. Yeah, working with puppets is hard. We talked about Michael Caine, Tim Curry. Like, Tim Curry is a Muppet. Michael Caine is a professional with Muppets. That's how I look at it.
Well, I did kind of feel like this had like Dark Crystal, Labyrinth kind of vibes a little bit sometimes, especially when they were in like the turkey hell at the end when they're in the oven. Like there were some, like kind of like cutesy sort of characters, I guess.
Homages to other movies, totally.
The rats were so stupid, though. The rats that like smelled the other rat's ass for cheese. I was like, this is fucking dumb. I can't.
The like homosexual worm or whatever.
No, the rats in the oven that were like, we eat cheese and then.
Oh no, but I'm saying the worm thing too was like, what is this thing? Everything was so dumb, but yeah.
Yeah, it was like it was a girl with a mustache, but he's gay and he's a worm. He's a space worm, and he's riding on the shoulder of some like. His name is Muff, I think, and he's just like I don't even know what he is. I don't understand this movie. Yeah, and the other thing is like, maybe I'm crazy, but it just seemed like this would just bounce from place to place. Like, it would, like, the scene would be happening, and all of a sudden they would just appear in the house or whatever. Like, the camera would start shaking, and then all of a sudden they would just appear in a house, and there'd be no explanation for how they moved. Like, after they met that gray turkey wizard in the woods, they just appeared back in their house, and I was like, you guys aren't even trying. You know, like, when we did Mission Impossible, that was our indie film, we always made it clear how the characters got to the next place. We didn't just have them appear at the next place, sort of thing.
We were caught up in the spoon-feeding, like, we need the audience to know. And we shouldn't have done that too much. We should have been like, they'll figure it out on their own. But we didn't. We were like, no, they need to know, like, what this is. And that's, I think, what, this didn't care about that. This was like, we're in the house with the grandma, and we're going to wheel her out of this door whatever. How do they go from the house to the woods too?
I don't know.
How do you use a wheelchair in the woods? I've pushed many wheelchairs in my life. That doesn't happen easily. So that was dumb as well.
Yeah. They're definitely not going for logical.
That's where I draw the line. The wheelchair in the woods. That is stupid.
So yeah, the turkey gets fucked up in the beginning. Like, he kills his kid, and then the kid turns into... he kills his wife and his kid, and the kid turns into the DVD of Thankskilling 2. And then he's one of the characters that travels with... what's her name? Noonie or whatever? That's like the puppet, the main puppet.
Sure.
Yeah, and she's played by a guy, but it's a girl. It's just... all the voices sound the same. Like, I was like, whoever this voice actor is, I think it's the director. I think he just did the turkey and the grandma. Just everybody had the same kind of voice.
That was one of my biggest total production flaws, aside from anything else. It was really hard to hear a lot of these characters. But also, I'm very used to using subtitles. Could you find a subtitle option? I could not.
I can't remember. I think... did you watch it on Tubi?
I watched it on Tubi. I don't think I found one. So I watched it without subtitles, and I was like, what did he say? I don't care. I'm going to move on.
Yeah, there were so many jokes that they just, like... they were improvised, clearly, and they didn't get a good take of it. And you're like, I didn't understand what that guy just said. Yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, the cartoon segments looked okay. They just weren't funny. The thing that surprised me the most is the reviews. Dude, this has a 29% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, that is way too high for this movie.
Wait, that doesn't... I mean, obviously it's critics' reviews there, but... and the only critics that would bring themselves to watching this movie and critiquing it.
29 is the audience. There is no critic reviews.
Oh, so there's no critics. So it's just... yeah, dude, so any audience person is probably like, yeah, man, he was okay.
29. That's like 100 for this movie.
How's the first one?
Let's see. Thankskilling 1. Let's see what those Rotten Tomatoes scores are. 42. So the original one got a 42, which is also pretty high. I feel like the first one should have a 29, and this one should have like a 0 or a 2 or something like that.
I agree. The first one, it's a student film. It's Cannibal the Musical, any other stuff like that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and that's the thing. I think you can look at that one because you're like, oh, the budget is, it says it's like $3,000 or whatever. But this one had over $100,000 budget. And dude, Eraserhead, which we covered last week, that was made for $100,000. And you look at that and then you look at this.
Well, with inflation, you're probably looking at $300,000 to $250,000 for Eraserhead.
Sure, but I mean, still, we look at a movie like that, and then you look at this, and I'm just like, I'm like embarrassed that we covered this movie so close to that, and I feel bad for whatever movie we have to cover after this.
The Wheel picked it because it's Thanksgiving time. It's Thanksgiving.
Don't blame this on the Wheel. You don't blame this on the Wheel.
I'm blaming on the Wheel. It was
this
me,
was
the wheel
you.
The Wheel accepted it. It accepted it, but also Thanksgiving is the time for also finishing series off, which is one of the things we want to do. We want to do more of like, hey, let's finish series. Let's say like, hey, the Wheel of Horror has like Friday the 13th, this, the Thankskilling series is
great.
You know what I'm saying?
There's only 2 of them.
What other ones do we? I mean, what else? What other ones do we have that we finished?
Scream. So yeah,
Yeah.
I've got Scream. But yeah, I mean, we're trying to finish Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween and Friday the 13th, so I can put a mega episode out.
Hashtag franchises. But and we got the Thankskilling one done. Boom.
Yeah, so they're not making, or let's see. So Thankskilling, I want to know because hey, Eric, you could be wrong. They could be making a sequel to this. You don't know that. Hold on, let's see.
When did this come out?
This came out in 2012.
No way is this making a sequel.
Yeah, probably not. At this point, yeah, probably not.
What, Thankskilling 4? Oh,
yeah, I'm not seeing anything. There's some guy. Oh no, okay, yeah, YouTube. Never mind.
There's a YouTube video? Oh yeah, I can see that.
No, well, there's other things. There's called like Poultrygeddon or like something like. There's other turkey killer movies and stuff like that. But here's the thing: there are better Thanksgiving horror movies than these.
There's one out right now. There's one out literally right now, right?
Yeah, hell yeah! I'm going to see it. I'm going to see it this weekend. It's just called Thanksgiving, and that's Eli Roth. That's from the Grindhouse trailers, which that's going to be fun. Tim Dillon's in it.
I heard. Yeah, I saw Tim Dillon promoting it. That's
yeah.
Cool. I mean, I'm probably not gonna see it in theaters. Just save myself the $400 it is to go to the movies. But I will. So coming back, you're in Connecticut right now.
Yeah, so you know that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm letting the audience know. I'm giving a little pre. You know, how much cheaper is it to see movies here than it is in LA?
Yeah, I'll give you a really quick, brief overview. So I saw The Exorcist Believer in theaters before I left LA. It cost me $50. Okay, there's $28 for the ticket. Then I had to pay for parking. I did get popcorn and soda, and that was $17. So with all of that, even with the validation, because the validation only covers the minimum, it doesn't cover after like 3 hours. So yeah, I ended up spending $50 to see one movie. Yeah.
Was the popcorn and soda an ample size, or was it like a small for that? $17
No.
or $19?
It was large. It was too large for $17. But
Okay.
yeah, I always get large. Come on. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Then I saw Killer of the Flower Moon. That was fantastic. I'm going to see The Leftovers or The Holdovers tomorrow, and then I'm going to see Thanksgiving at some point this weekend. But yeah, no. It's LA's very expensive for films.
Have you seen any movies since you've been back here?
No, I haven't had time.
I want to walk through for our next film, just like comparison to LA. I'm sure this might be cheaper here. I mean, I'm guessing it's just
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you already said you had to pay for parking. I'm like, you had to pay for parking too.
To pay for parking everywhere in LA, dude. It sucks.
Really?
Anyway,
Oh,
everywhere.
God.
Unless you find street parking, which there is none because everybody's always they live in their cars now, so those are people's houses. I'm not kidding.
Sorry, I'm just trying to talk about anything else besides this movie. Continue.
Now, let's see. So Uncle Donnie, I'm gonna look him up right now. I want to see if he's done anything because like he was okay, you know, like he was fine. Let's see.
Yeah, another one like George Clooney and Batman and Forever. Didn't want to be there. Yeah.
Nah, he's only done 2 things since then, and one of them, both of them are pretty bad. They're horrible reviews. God damn. No, sorry, Uncle Donnie.
Donnie, if you're listening, we respect you and we like what you did, but
yeah, you were the guy in the movie that you made it tolerable.
I would imagine you shut us off about 3 minutes in though, so it's sad you never heard this part. That's okay. Hey, we watched the movie. You know, hopefully you get some residuals for Tubi. I hope that happens. Two people watch this.
Well, here's the thing. The director has done 4 movies since Thankskilling 3, and all of them have been better reviewed. All of them. He actually did, the Critters series? You know that series?
Yes. Wasn't Leonardo DiCaprio in one of them or something?
He's in Critters 3, yeah. Apparently he did, it's a short, never mind. Okay, so he did Critters Bounty Hunter, the short, in 2014. Never mind. That's not even a real movie. Okay, they're all shorts. They all have much better reviews, yeah.
Okay. Well, he found his thing.
No. He did one movie. Here we go. The Headhunter, hour and 12 minutes long. 2018 has a 5.4. That's like, hey, okay. I don't know.
Might put it on the wheel in a couple seasons.
Let's not.
No. Okay.
Yeah, let's not. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this movie. I mean, the music's okay. Like it's okay.
Yeah, and I like the tributes to other movies, like the Terminator 2 tribute with like them burning the DVD. Like that was clearly Terminator 2, right?
And the Evil Dead one. Oh my
yeah,
God.
I mean, there's a lot of that,
dude. When he takes the chainsaw and then it says instead of saying groovy, he goes gravy. It's like okay.
I mean that's not terrible, but also I started this movie before Shannon was completely up the stairs. She's like, I'm going to bed. I was like, oh, I'm going to watch this movie. and get it going. And this is like I watched the first like 40 minutes, and then I went on the treadmill the next day. I had to take a break, but she was going upstairs, and there was a nude astronaut, and she's like, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, I wish I had an answer, Shannon. And then I blamed you. I was like, Alec picked this movie.
Oh.
No, I did. I swear to God, I did it. I swear to God. I swear to God, I did it. I was like, what? I don't know, Shannon. It's one of Alec's movies. Like,
oh, my God.
Don't blame me. Like,
yeah, I'm going to ask her, dude.
Ask her. She doesn't care. It's fine.
I definitely did not pick this movie. Fuck this movie.
That's such a... no, I didn't do that.
No.
Apparently, that's the same...
Yeah, Wanda Lust. It's her again. It's the same porn actress they got in the first one. And yeah, I mean, granted, if you walked in on that first scene, it looks like a porno. I mean, it's just like a naked woman in an astronaut suit, and it's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Yeah, pretty terrible. Let's refrain from doing these kinds of movies again.
I'm just mad because we should have done Cannibal the Musical. Like, there are other...
Technically horror, right?
Yeah, so much better than this. And also, Indie, we could have covered that.
And also, our friend from Troma, what's his name? Top of my head.
Lloyd Kaufman?
Yeah. No. We had him on for Pet Sematary.
Oh, James Boylan.
Yeah, Boyle. Yeah, Boylan. Yeah. Let's get him on for Cannibal sometime.
Yeah, I know. We need to. We can't keep doing. Yeah, Thanksgiving's horrible. But yeah, next year we'll do either Pilgrim or we'll do Thanksgiving, the actual, the new one.
Yeah, a year after it came out. But
yeah. But aside, okay, wait. Let's think of the kills. Were there any good kills?
I told you, I like the sun flying and dying and just splat, and it was just like a pancake on the ground.
Yeah, and it censored it too. It was like censored. It's like the mother turkey getting cut in half kind of looked good. It kind of looked like Return of the Living Dead with the dog. Remember that?
Yeah, special effects weren't terrible, even for a $100,000 budget. Can only imagine how fast the money goes.
I mean, yeah, it was just puppets, and I did watch one YouTube video of a guy, he reviewed it, and I just want to see what he thought, and he was just like, I hate this movie more than anything in the world. But he did show some behind-the-scenes footage where they, they built a set, and they had, like, the whole, kind of like what they did with Yoda in Empire Strikes Back. Like, they had a guy underneath the floor, walking along the floor, and everything like that, and... also similar to Ted, the Seth MacFarlane movie, the director voiced the turkey, so he would be, and also did the puppeteering, so he'd be on his back on a little wheel thing and was able to, like, move the turkey around, talk, and also, so, all right, like, good for him, There's a little bit of work went into it.
Passion project, yeah, I respect it. We've been there with our passion projects, too.
It's just too long, dude. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, if it was... 20 minutes shorter, I'd be like, okay, I enjoy this more. But the fact that I was 40 minutes in and I was like, oh no, 15 minutes left. That was a rough time.
I was legit mad. I don't know.
Well, we don't have much to talk about left. What do you got going on for Thanksgiving? Anything? Any tips? Any Thanksgiving tips? Anything?
I don't know. Turkeys are dirty and they don't deserve to be killed for a holiday.
Right, you're a vegetarian. What's your favorite Thanksgiving food aside from any kind of meat?
Mashed potatoes.
Oh, you're a mashed potato guy. Creamy mashed potatoes or like cheesy? What's your style?
I like garlic. Garlic is good. Some garlic mash,
You like stuffing at all? Is that like there's definitely always chicken broth in it and stuff?
No, my mom always makes vegetarian stuffing for me, and yeah, people make a lot of good vegetarian stuff nowadays. It's nice. Yeah. About
2 years ago, I was horrifically constipated after Thanksgiving, so I've been introducing cranberry more into my Thanksgiving meal, and that has helped. So that's my tip. Eat cranberry. Cranberry helps everything move. And, yeah, that's my tip to anyone listening. Yeah. But that's not my favorite. My favorite is stuffing. My mom makes, like, really good stuffing.
I just like Thanksgiving because there's not a lot of pressure. It's not like Christmas where you're like, oh, did I get that gift? Oh, my God, I didn't get that. And it's an American holiday. There's no religion. It's just like, hey, we're all getting together. It's like all the best parts of Christmas without any of, like, the consumerism and the religion on top of it,
Yeah, it's like the pre-fights to like you watch a UFC. There's always like the prelims, and then there's the main card. Thanksgiving's the prelims, where it's like you get to your family, everyone dishes out their political views, everyone fights, and then you go to Christmas and everyone gets along because we already know it. We already know we're not going to get along if we bring this up again. So we just enjoy and open presents. That's how I view Thanksgiving. I think that's a great take. That's my take.
This is my first Thanksgiving in like 5 years that I've been home. I've always been at like Friendsgivings or, you know, just at a restaurant in LA. Like this is the first Thanksgiving since 2018 that I've been with a family. Yeah.
I remember. We were together like Thanksgiving at night. I think we went out afterwards or the night before.
Oh yeah, that was the last Thanksgiving I was in Connecticut. Yeah.
We went somewhere in Farmington. Yeah. That was like, oh yeah. Like never again am I going to go out to the bars or anything the night before Thanksgiving, because you go there and it's just like, oh, these are just like the recent high school kids that just got out, and it's like, okay.
Oh, we're way too old. And
we are beyond past that.
Also, not that, you know, I don't drink, but the Connecticut drinking limit is .04 now, so there's gonna be a lot of DUIs.
Yeah, it's no joke. They will get anyone out there.
It's gonna be DUI city this year, dude.
Yeah, I wonder what is the number one DUI holiday? July 4th, Memorial Day?
Oh, it's the day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's that, because everybody like is afraid to go see their family, so they all get shit faced at the local bar.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. It's not the day after Christmas or before Christmas because you already got it out of the way. That makes sense. It is Thanksgiving the day before. It's like I'm with my family. God help me. Oh God, I gotta drink to like bear through this. That's so bad.
Anyways, all right. Well, listen, people, I really recommend you don't watch this movie. I'm sorry. It's horrible.
Yeah. We're going to end this short. What do you say? Let's spin the wheel.
Yeah, spin the old wheel.
We gave it enough time.
So many better movies on the wheel.
There's a lot here. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Spinning! Oh, you're going to be happy. Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
Awesome. So I believe we have Joe Testa on for that one. Either him or Andy. I don't know. Those guys are doing both of those. So I will check and we'll know next week, but I think it's Joe. So cool. Thank you, everybody, for listening in. Sorry it's a bad movie, but we'll see y'all next week with A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, The Dream Master, and happy Thanksgiving.